Welcome to the dungeon, where we geek out on all things horror, thriller, mystery, and suspense. And this is going to be a short episode. Just want to pop in here in your little ears and give you a bit some good news. I have recently been added to, the pool of some guest hosts or some guest hosts. I guess you call that of a podcast called Knife in the Dark, and they did a call out on Blue Sky, and yeah, if you haven't seen yet, I am on Blue Sky. Ditched X or Twitter or whatever the hell he's calling it. It was a shit show over there. So I left X and I came over to where the skies are blue, and saw that they were doing like a call out of people who wanted to be guests on their show called Knife in the Dark, and I threw my coin in the hat, and they contacted me about a few weeks later, and we got together on Discord, and we talked a little bit to see what the jive was, if we all kind of like jived together, see if we got along together, and they liked me, as most people do. And we got together, and I don't even remember when this was. It was about a month or two ago, and I did my first recording with them, talking about The Substance. It was me and another guest called Murphy, and she and I loved The Substance. And if you listened to my last podcast episode, you saw that it was my number one horror movie of 2024. So, but for some reason, the main host of the show, Joey, he hated it. So yeah, my first appearance on their show was basically me and another guest ganging up on Joey, and it was pretty fun. It was cool that you're able to hear differing opinions about a movie, and nobody's getting nasty about it. We're all being very respectful, but we're all holding our ground. So that was a very interesting show. So anyway, that particular episode was published this past Monday, April 7th. So they are on they were on Spotify. They're on the Apple Podcast. I'll put the links to everything in the show notes of this episode, or if you just go to their website, horrorfacts.com. That's horrorfacts, FACTS.com. That's sort of like their umbrella show that they do, Knife in the Dark. And they also do another podcast where they deal with like true crime, horror, supernatural shit, and they do that. But I'm strictly part of their guest pool for their like movie review and talking about different movies. So my first outing, my first foray with them is talking about The Substance, and again that episode came out this past Monday. I also went and recorded two other episodes with them. One we talked about Five Nights at Freddy's, and the other one we talked about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the first one, not the second one. And as I understand it, the Five Nights at Freddy's episode is going to be coming out on May 19th. So keep an ear out for that. I'm not sure when the Winnie the Pooh thing is coming out. As of right now, I don't know what that date is. I haven't heard. But yeah, both the Winnie the Pooh and Five Nights at Freddy's, we all hated those movies. So if you want to hear a bunch of people just rip a new one into five, in fact, the Five Nights at Freddy's episode is coming out May 19th. The working title of it right now is Five Nights of Suck. That gives you an idea of what our thoughts of that movie. So yeah, I'm really excited because and you know what? Because this here is what I want really wanted the horror geek dungeon to be. I didn't want it to be a solo project. I wanted to have a co-host or a fellow host come on, and we just banter back and forth about movies and stuff. And I have tried. God under knows I have tried to look for another host to come on and be a part of this show, but it never worked out. It never worked out. They a lot of them was just basically they said people that they said they wanted to be a part of it, but they never really committed. So it was like they were wasting my time, and I was like, well, fuck you. So so if you want to hear what I really hoped this show would have turned into, go and listen to Knife in the Dark, because that is it. So, in fact, the way it works out this way, I may get like a bandit, because all I gotta do is show up on somebody else's show as a guest or a co-host or whatever, and all I got I don't have to do any editing. I don't have to do any bullshit as like trying to do the signals right and the audio and blah 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 and the post productions and editing and then publishing. It's like I don't have to deal with any of that work. They just have to do it. All I got to do is show up and talk, and I could do that. So yeah, so go over and to Knife in the Dark. Again, I'll put some links to where you could listen to both on like Spotify and Apple Podcast, and there are a few other streaming services, but all those things are listed on their website, and I'll put a link into that too. So go and show them some love, because after all, they were brave enough to ask me to come and be a guest host on their show, and in fact, they were even stupid enough to ask me to come back to do two other episodes, and they're gonna have So I will no doubt be. I'm not on every episode because they have like whole pool of people, uh, you know, uh, coming on and talking about different movies at different times and stuff like that. So I'll be sticking my head in there every once in a while. So you just gotta listen and follow me on Blue Sky and all the other places and stuff like that. And because I will definitely put a link to the episodes that I appear on out there. So yeah. But thank you so much to Joey and the crew over at Horror Facts, and to have me on. It's a lot of fun. I always look forward to the next episode, because hey, I just love talking about horror, and you know. I just wish I was able to find somebody to come on as a co-host on this show, to do this, and I could actually do podcasts more regularly. I think I'd have more fun doing it. But I guess that will come in time. Hopefully, I don't know. So anyway, that's it. Just a real quick episode telling you about that, and I will see you next time. Bye.